Gemini Daily Horoscope for April 10, 2025. The celestial configuration today presents a particularly vibrant energy field for you, Gemini. As we analyze the astrological influences affecting your sign on April 10, 2025, we find a fascinating interplay of planetary forces that will shape your experiences throughout the day. Mercury, your ruling planet, forms a harmonious trine with Jupiter in fellow air sign Aquarius, creating an intellectual powerhouse of energy that enhances your already quick-witted nature. This planetary conversation sparks brilliant ideas and smooths all forms of communication. Your words carry extra weight today, so use this gift wisely in presentations, important conversations, or creative writing endeavors. The Sun continues its journey through assertive Aries in your 11th house of social networks and future aspirations. This placement illuminates your connections and breathes fresh life into your long-term goals. You may find yourself naturally gravitating toward group activities or receiving unexpected support from friends who appreciate your innovative thinking. Venus, positioned in Taurus in your 12th house, creates an interesting dynamic. While this placement generally suggests a period of reflecting on relationships behind the scenes, today's specific angle to Neptune enhances your intuitive understanding of others. Pay attention to subtle cues in romantic relationships. Unspoken feelings may suddenly become crystal clear, allowing for deeper emotional connections. Mars, currently transiting through Cáncer in your 2nd house of resources and values, forms a challenging square to Pluto. This aspect suggests potential power struggles related to finances or possessions. Be particularly mindful of impulse purchases or pressured financial decisions today. This energy can be constructively channeled into assertively protecting your assets or negotiating better terms in business dealings. The Moon in Libra occupies your 5th house of pleasure and creativity, forming a gorgeous trine to both your Sun and Mercury in Gemini. This creates a flowing emotional current that supports creative expression, romantic endeavors, and playful interactions. Your charm is magnified, making this an excellent day for dating, artistic pursuits, or simply enjoying recreational activities that bring you joy. Saturn's position in Pisces in your 10th house of career and public standing continues to ask for disciplined attention to professional responsibilities. Today's sextile between Saturn and Mercury suggests that serious communications with authority figures could yield positive results. The wisdom you share in professional contexts is likely to be recognized and appreciated. Uranus in Taurus forms an interesting aspect to your ascendant, potentially bringing unexpected encounters or surprising developments in how others perceive you. Your appearance or personal brand might undergo a subtle but meaningful shift today. Embrace the evolutionary energy rather than resisting change. Neptune's ongoing journey through Aries casts a dreamy influence over your friendship sector. Today's particular alignment suggests that idealistic conversations with like-minded individuals could inspire collective action. Group meditation, spiritual gatherings, or charitable activities are especially favored. Pluto, slowly moving through Aquarius, continues its transformative influence on your 9th house of higher knowledge and exploration. Today's aspects suggest profound insights may emerge through educational pursuits, philosophical discussions, or interactions with people from different cultural backgrounds. The North Node in Cáncer points to emotional growth through nurturing connections. Pay attention to family matters or domestic situations that arise today. They contain important lessons about your emotional needs and how you care for others. For Gemini professionals, today's planetary lineup supports collaborative projects, brainstorming sessions, and presentations. Your ability to synthesize complex information into accessible concepts is heightened. Those working in media, education, or communications fields will find themselves particularly in their element. For Gemini students, mental retention is enhanced today. Study sessions will be productive, especially when involving group work or peer discussion. Your ability to grasp abstract concepts and make novel connections between ideas is operating at peak efficiency. In health matters, watch for potential nervous tension that could manifest as restlessness or insomnia. The high mental energy of the day may leave your mind racing well into evening hours. Consider mindfulness practices, gentle stretching, or herbal teas to help calm your active mind before bedtime. Financially, mixed influences suggest caution with impulsive spending while also being open to unexpected income opportunities. A conversation with a friend or associate might lead to a promising financial collaboration, but take time to evaluate all aspects before committing. In love and relationships, today's aspects create a fascinating duality. For attached Geminis, deep conversations reveal new layers of understanding between you and your partner. Single Geminis might find themselves attracted to intellectually stimulating individuals, with potential for meaningful connections forming through group activities or social networks. Your communication style today is particularly magnetic and persuasive. Words flow easily, and you'll find others hanging on your every syllable. This is an excellent day for important discussions, though be mindful not to dominate conversations. The Mercury-Jupiter trine can sometimes lead to verbal overindulgence. A particularly noteworthy aspect today involves the asteroid Chiron forming a significant angle to your natal moon. This suggests an opportunity for emotional healing through expressing vulnerabilities you typically keep hidden. A conversation with a trusted friend or family member could prove unexpectedly therapeutic. Color energies that support your sign today include yellow for mental clarity, silver for intuitive connection, and touches of blue for calm communication. Wearing these colors or surrounding yourself with them can help you harness the day's potential more effectively. Numerologically, today carries a vibration of innovation and unexpected developments. Pay attention to repeating numbers that appear throughout your day. They may contain messages about which opportunities deserve your attention. As the day progresses, be particularly attentive during the afternoon hours when a lunar aspect to Jupiter amplifies your natural curiosity and sociability. This window from roughly 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. offers prime conditions for networking, important meetings, or social gatherings. Evening brings a subtle shift as the moon's influence changes, potentially introducing more emotional sensitivity. Plan quiet activities for later hours to process the day's mental stimulation and allow insights to settle. In summary, April 10, 2025, offers Gemini natives a day of exceptional mental clarity, social connectivity, and creative expression. The challenges related to financial matters and professional responsibilities are balanced by opportunities for meaningful connections and intellectual breakthroughs. Navigate the day by embracing your natural communicative gifts while remaining mindful of boundaries in both conversations and spending habits. The cosmic energies support your versatile nature while encouraging depth rather than dispersion of your considerable talents. On April 10, 2025, Gemini natives will experience a fascinating array of planetary influences. The Sun continues its journey through assertive Aries, occupying your 11th house of social connections and future aspirations. This placement energizes your community involvement and long-term planning capabilities. The solar energy in this sector brings opportunities for networking and collaborative projects that could prove significant later in the year. Mercury, your ruling planet, will be positioned in Taurus on this date, moving through your 12th house of subconscious patterns and hidden matters. This creates an interesting dynamic, where your normally quick and agile mental processes take on a more deliberate, thorough quality. You may find yourself contemplating deeper issues than usual, perhaps revisiting old ideas that previously seemed impractical. Mercury in this position suggests a day when your intuition merits special attention. Those subtle hunches could contain valuable insights. The moon on this particular Thursday will be transiting through intense Scorpio, creating a powerful emotional undercurrent in your 6th house of daily routines, health, and service. This lunar position heightens your sensitivity to workplace dynamics and bodily needs. You might notice subtle power dynamics that typically escape your attention, especially regarding how you manage your energy and resources throughout the day. Venus will be positioned in Gemini itself, blessing your first house of self-expression and personal identity. This favorable placement enhances your natural charm and communicative abilities, making this an excellent day for important conversations and social engagements. Venus in your own sign suggests an increased appreciation from others for your unique perspectives and verbal dexterity. Mars, the planet of action and drive, will be moving through contemplative Pisces in your 10th house of career and public reputation. This creates an interesting blend of assertiveness and sensitivity regarding professional matters. You may find yourself advocating for more compassionate policies at work or using creative approaches to solve practical problems. This position calls for balancing ambition with empathy. Jupiter, now in Cáncer, occupies your second house of personal resources and values. This expansive planet brings potential financial growth and a deeper connection to what truly matters to you. Jupiter's position suggests possible monetary gains through nurturing activities or ventures connected to home, family, or emotional well-being. Saturn continues its journey through Pisces, also influencing your 10th house alongside Mars. This creates a significant focus on career discipline and long-term professional planning. Saturn's structuring energy helps solidify your ambitions, though it may also present tests of your commitment to your chosen path. Uranus in Gemini is particularly significant, as it makes a direct impact on your self-concept and personal expression. Positioned in the early degrees of your sign, Uranus brings unexpected developments and innovative ideas that challenge how you present yourself to the world. This revolutionary energy encourages breaking free from outdated personal habits and embracing more authentic forms of self-expression. Neptune remains in Aries, influencing your 11th house of social circles and collective endeavors. This placement suggests potential inspiration through community involvement, though it also warns against idealizing group projects or friendships. Pay attention to subtle social cues that might reveal underlying motivations within your networks. Pluto, having recently entered Aquarius, activates your 9th house of higher learning, travel, and philosophical outlook. This transformative planet challenges your belief systems and may bring profound educational opportunities or perspective-shifting experiences. Research or investigative work conducted today could yield particularly valuable insights. The North Node's position in Aries aligns with your 11th house, suggesting that your soul's growth path involves greater community engagement and humanitarian efforts. This nodal placement encourages stepping out of comfortable routines and embracing leadership within group settings. The South Node in Libra occupies your 5th house, indicating past patterns related to creative self-expression and romantic endeavors that may need reassessment. Finding balance between personal creative fulfillment and collaborative ventures becomes important under this influence. Chiron, the wounded healer, continues its journey through Aries in your 11th house, highlighting sensitive areas related to acceptance within groups and the fulfillment of your hopes and dreams. This position offers healing opportunities through authentic social connections that honor your unique contributions. Looking at specific aspects for April 10, 2025, Mercury forms a sextile with Neptune, enhancing your intuitive capacities and creative thinking. This aspect supports activities requiring imagination and empathy, making it an excellent day for artistic pursuits or compassionate communication. The Mercury-Neptune connection facilitates translating abstract concepts into practical language, a natural strength for Gemini that's particularly pronounced today. The Venus-Uranus conjunction in your sign brings unexpected social opportunities and possibly surprising romantic developments. Your personal magnetism is heightened, though in unpredictable ways that may attract unusual people or unconventional situations into your life. Gemini, your communication sector lights up extraordinarily today as Mercury, your ruling planet, forms a harmonious trine with Jupiter in fellow air sign Aquarius. This powerful alignment amplifies your already impressive verbal abilities and creates an exceptional day for all forms of expression. Your words carry unusual weight and influence, making this an ideal time for important presentations, negotiations, or heart-to-heart conversations you've been postponing. The Mercury-Jupiter connection blesses you with eloquence, persuasiveness, and an expanded perspective that allows you to see multiple angles of any situation. Your mind is operating at peak capacity, with thoughts flowing easily into articulate expression. If you've been experiencing any form of writer's block or communication hesitation lately, today provides a welcome breakthrough. Ideas that have been percolating in your subconscious now find their way to the surface with remarkable clarity. The moon in Libra further enhances this energy by forming a supportive sextile to your sign, creating emotional balance that helps you express not just intellectual concepts, but also deeper feelings. This emotional-intellectual integration makes your communication particularly authentic and compelling today. Notice how people seem more receptive to your ideas and perspectives. There's a magnetic quality to your words that draws others in. In professional settings, colleagues and superiors are likely to be impressed by your articulate presentations and innovative thinking. Your ability to translate complex concepts into understandable terms is especially pronounced. For Geminis working in media, writing, teaching, sales, marketing, or any communication-focused field, today represents a significant opportunity to make progress on important projects. Even casual conversations seem to flow with unusual ease and charm. There's a touch of poetic inspiration in your communication style today, as Neptune in Pisces forms a subtle but meaningful aspect to your Mercury. This adds a creative, imaginative dimension to your expression without clouding your clarity. You might find yourself using metaphors, analogies, and storytelling techniques that make your points more memorable and impactful. Digital communication channels are particularly favorable for you today. Social media posts, emails, and text messages all benefit from your enhanced expressive abilities. However, with Saturn making a slight challenging aspect from Aries, there's a reminder to remain thoughtful about the long-term impact of your words. Your increased verbal power comes with responsibility. Be mindful that what you say today may have lasting consequences, particularly in professional contexts. If you've been contemplating starting a blog, podcast, or other communication platform, today's energy provides an excellent foundation. Initial content created under this influence is likely to set a positive tone for future work. For Geminis in academic pursuits, today's planetary alignment supports deep learning and the ability to articulate complex concepts. Study sessions are highly productive, and class participation yields valuable insights both for you and your peers. Your natural curiosity is heightened, making this an excellent day for research and investigation. While your verbal capabilities are enhanced, today also favors active listening. You'll find that you can absorb information at an accelerated rate and make meaningful connections between seemingly disparate concepts. This synthesizing ability strengthens your overall communication effectiveness. Romantic conversations benefit from today's celestial energy as well. If you need to express feelings or discuss relationship matters, you'll find the words come more easily than usual. Partners appreciate your clarity and the thoughtful way you frame your perspectives. For single Geminis, your enhanced charm and conversational abilities make this an excellent day for first dates or reaching out to someone who has caught your interest. The evening hours bring a subtle shift as the moon forms a square to Pluto, suggesting that communications may take on a more intense, probing quality. This energy is perfect for deep discussions, but requires sensitivity to others' emotional responses. While today's overall communication flow is highly positive, watch for a tendency to speak too quickly or jump between topics too rapidly, even for a Gemini. The abundant mental energy requires some management to ensure others can follow your brilliant but rapid-fire thoughts. To make the most of today's exceptional communication aspects, consider recording your ideas, starting important writing projects, or scheduling meetings where your persuasive abilities will be valuable. Your words have particular power today. Gemini, use them wisely and watch as doors open through the sheer force of your expression. April 10, 2025, presents Gemini with a fascinating financial landscape. Mercury, your ruling planet, forms a trine with Jupiter in your money sector, creating exceptional conditions for financial growth and opportunity. This alignment doesn't happen often with this particular angle, making today especially noteworthy for monetary matters. The universe is practically whispering investment tips in your ear if you take time to listen. Your natural communicative abilities are amplified today, giving you an edge in negotiations, pitches, or any money conversations. This is not just about charm, it's about genuine insight and timing. The stars are aligning to help you see patterns in markets or opportunities others might miss. With Venus positioned in your networking house, financial opportunities are likely to come through social connections rather than solo endeavors. Someone in your existing network holds the key to a lucrative opportunity, perhaps a friend of a friend or a casual acquaintance from your past. Pay attention to seemingly random conversations about business ventures or side hustles. The moon in your career sector forms a productive sextile with Saturn in your house of resources, suggesting that diligent work today could lead to long-term financial stability. This isn't about quick riches, but rather planting seeds that will grow steadily over time. If you've been considering asking for a raise or renegotiating terms with clients, the afternoon hours between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. offer the most favorable energy for these discussions. Numbers and calculations come easier to you today. Your mind is particularly sharp when it comes to budgeting, forecasting, or analyzing investment opportunities. Trust your intellectual approach to money matters more than emotional impulses. There's a subtle warning from Mars square Pluto affecting your shared resources sector. Be wary of any financial proposition that requires you to pool resources with others without clear terms. Joint ventures initiated today need extra scrutiny. Read the fine print twice. The financial opportunity landscape also shows potential in digital realms. Cryptocurrency, online businesses, or digital products show favorable aspects, particularly those involving communication or information exchange, areas where Gemini naturally excels. Unexpected money could arrive from intellectual property or something you created in the past that suddenly finds new value. If you've written content, developed apps, or created designs, check if any of these assets can be monetized in new ways. Your financial intuition is heightened today. That gut feeling about an investment or opportunity deserves your attention. With Neptune forming a harmonious aspect to your second house, your subconscious may be picking up on subtle cues others miss. Education investments also show promise today. Money spent on developing new skills, particularly in technology, languages, or communication fields, will yield impressive returns in the coming months. Consider allocating some funds toward professional development. Late afternoon brings an aspect between the Moon and Mercury that specially favors pitching ideas or proposals related to writing, speaking, or teaching, all natural Gemini strengths that can be monetized effectively today. Regarding existing investments, this is an excellent day to review and rebalance portfolios. The cosmic energy supports intelligent redistribution rather than new major investments. Small, strategic adjustments will serve you better than dramatic financial moves. Your financial creativity is at a peak. Unusual money-making ideas that come to you today have real potential, especially if they involve connecting people, information, or resources in new ways. The stars suggest keeping an emergency fund intact despite tempting opportunities. Financial security needs to be prioritized over speculative ventures, particularly with Saturn's current position cautioning against unnecessary risks. The final hours of the day bring a Venus-Jupiter aspect that could manifest as an unexpected bonus, gift, or opportunity coming through a social connection. Keep communications open well into the evening hours. A late message or call might contain valuable financial information. April 10th, 2025 brings a fascinating alignment for Gemini, with Mercury forming a trine to Jupiter while simultaneously receiving a favorable sextile from Venus. This cosmic configuration opens several doors of opportunity for you. The most fortunate area today centers around intellectual pursuits and communication initiatives. Your mind is exceptionally sharp, with ideas flowing freely and the ability to articulate complex concepts with remarkable clarity. This makes it an ideal day for presentations, important discussions, or any situation where you need to persuade others. The Mercury-Jupiter trine particularly favors educational endeavors, whether you're learning or teaching. The transfer of knowledge carries a special potency today. Consider enrolling in that course you've been contemplating or sharing your expertise with colleagues who could benefit from your perspective. Financial fortune appears in unexpected conversations. A casual exchange could reveal an investment opportunity or a way to monetize a skill you've previously taken for granted. With Venus influencing your communication sector, your words carry an unusual charm and persuasiveness that can translate to material gain. Pay particular attention to discussions around digital assets, shared resources, or collaborative ventures. The North Node's position indicates that fortune favors bold networking initiatives today. Connections made now have long-term potential, especially those formed in group settings or through mutual interests in humanitarian causes. Someone you meet or reconnect with today could become an important ally in your future endeavors. Notice who appears in your path repeatedly. There's likely a reason for these synchronicities. Your third house of communication receives abundant cosmic energy, making writing, speaking, and negotiating particularly fortunate activities. If you've been waiting for the right moment to pitch an idea, request a raise, or initiate an important conversation, the universal timing favors these actions now. Your words carry weight and resonance today, making it easier to get your point across without misunderstandings. Travel, especially short journeys within your local environment, carries fortunate energy. A spontaneous trip to a nearby location could result in a meaningful encounter or discovery. Even changing your usual route home might lead you to notice something valuable you've been overlooking. Keep your eyes open for signs and symbols in your environment. They're particularly meaningful today. Technology-related matters enjoy favorable energy. If you've been experiencing technical difficulties, today brings smoother functioning and potential breakthroughs. It's also an excellent day for launching digital projects, updating your online presence, or exploring new applications that could enhance your productivity. The hours between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. mark your most fortunate window, when your mental acuity reaches its peak and synchronicities are most likely to occur. Schedule your most important communications during this time frame for optimal results. Colors that enhance your fortune today include silver and sky blue. Incorporating these into your attire or environment helps you attune to the day's beneficial vibrations. Numbers 5 and 14 carry special significance notice where they appear as potential indicators of fortunate circumstances. The eastern direction holds particular promise for you today. If possible, orient important activities or travel in this direction to amplify positive outcomes. An unexpected message from a sibling or neighbor could contain fortunate information. Stay receptive to all communications, even those that initially seem trivial. Your adaptability, normally a Gemini strength, becomes your superpower today. Your ability to pivot quickly in response to emerging opportunities will determine how much benefit you derive from today's favorable aspects. While many areas shine with potential, the most fortunate sphere remains intellectual exchange and information gathering. Trust your curiosity, it's leading you toward valuable discoveries today. April 10, 2025 brings a fascinating social landscape for Gemini natives. With Mercury, your ruling planet, forming a trine with Jupiter in fellow air sign Aquarius, your social circle is poised for significant expansion. This planetary configuration opens doors to meaningful connections that could prove intellectually stimulating and potentially beneficial for your long-term aspirations. Your natural communicative abilities are heightened today, making it an excellent time to network, join group activities, or reconnect with friends you've been meaning to contact. Venus, positioned in Taurus in your 12th house, creates an interesting dynamic in your social world. While you may feel a slight pull towards solitude or more intimate gatherings rather than large social events, the connections you do make today have a deeper quality to them. Someone you meet could become a trusted confidant or offer profound insights that resonate with your spiritual journey. The moon in Libra activates your 5th house of creativity and pleasure, suggesting that social activities centered around artistic pursuits, entertainment, or shared hobbies will be particularly rewarding. This lunar energy harmonizes beautifully with your airy Gemini nature, enhancing your charm and making you especially magnetic in social settings. Group creative projects started today have strong potential for success and could lead to lasting connections. Mars in Cáncer in your 2nd house forms a square with Uranus, indicating that financial discussions or resource sharing within your social groups may require delicate handling. Be mindful about lending or borrowing from friends today, as unexpected developments could complicate these arrangements. However, this aspect also energizes collaborative ventures that align with your values. Just proceed with clarity and transparency. Saturn's position in Pisces in your 10th house forms a sextile with your natal Mercury, bringing a mature, grounded quality to your communications. Professional connections and networking opportunities that arise today have staying power. You'll find yourself naturally striking the perfect balance between being entertaining and demonstrating your expertise and reliability. The North Node in Aries in your 11th house of community and friendship highlights that social connections made today could be karmically significant for your personal growth journey. Pay attention to seemingly chance encounters or introductions. These may be aligned with your soul's evolution and future path. Group activities and community involvement are particularly favored as channels for your personal development. Pluto, still in the early degrees of Aquarius and moving through your 9th house, is transforming how you connect with people from different cultural backgrounds or educational settings. Today's energy supports reaching out beyond your usual social circles to engage with diverse perspectives. A conversation with someone from a different background could profoundly shift your worldview and expand your social horizons. Neptune in Aries forms a subtle but significant aspect to your natal Venus, infusing your social interactions with a dreamy, idealistic quality. While this enhances your charisma and ability to connect with others on an intuitive level, be mindful of seeing people through rose-colored glasses. The most valuable connections today will be those that honor both the ideal and the real. Chiron in Aries in your 11th house suggests that social healing is possible today. You may have the opportunity to mend a friendship that has experienced tension, or you might connect with someone who helps you overcome insecurities about belonging. Alternatively, you could be the healer in someone else's social journey, offering wisdom from your own experiences of vulnerability within groups. Uranus in Gemini heightens your innovative thinking and personal magnetism. People are drawn to your fresh perspectives and quick wit. Today's social encounters may feel electric and unpredictable in the most exciting ways. Unexpected invitations or spontaneous gatherings could lead to valuable connections, so remain open to last-minute plans rather than sticking rigidly to your schedule. The asteroid palace, Athena in Capricorn in your 8th house, enhances your strategic thinking about social alliances and shared resources. You might receive insightful advice about navigating complex social dynamics or find yourself naturally understanding the unspoken rules within a group. This placement supports forming connections based on mutual respect and recognition of each other's wisdom. For Geminis who are partnered, today favors social activities as a couple. Your combined energy is particularly magnetic, and you may strengthen your relationship by engaging with others together. For single Geminis, group settings rather than one-on-one dates might yield more promising romantic prospects today. Virtual connections are also highlighted under this cosmic weather. Online communities, social media interactions, and digital networking could yield surprisingly meaningful connections. Your ability to articulate thoughts clearly in written form serves you well in these spaces. The asteroid Juno in Scorpio, in your sixth house, suggests that work relationships and connections with service providers deserve special attention today. A colleague could become a friend, or you might discover common interests with someone who helps you in your daily life. These connections have a fated quality that transcends their initial context. As the day progresses, the moon's approach toward a sextile with Mercury further enhances your emotional intelligence and ability to read social cues accurately. Evening gatherings are particularly favored, with conversations flowing easily and intellectual connections forming naturally. Your curiosity about others makes you an excellent listener today, a quality that will not go unnoticed or unappreciated. Gemini, April 10th, 2025 arrives with a potent Mercury-Jupiter trine that amplifies your natural communication gifts. This celestial alignment opens doors for intellectual exploration and meaningful connections that have been previously inaccessible. With Mercury, your ruling planet, finding harmony with expansive Jupiter, your words carry exceptional persuasive power today. Use this influence consciously, as what you express has the potential to create lasting impact in your personal and professional spheres. Your mind is particularly sharp, making this an optimal day for important conversations, negotiations, or presenting ideas that require both logic and charisma. The morning hours bring a Moon-Venus aspect that softens your analytical tendencies with intuitive understanding. This balance between head and heart offers you a rare opportunity to bridge logical thinking with emotional intelligence, a combination that proves invaluable in resolving persistent relationship dynamics. Pay attention to recurring thoughts that emerge around midday, as they contain valuable insights regarding a decision you've been postponing. The universe is sending subtle cues through your enhanced perception today. For optimal results, focus on balancing active communication with receptive listening. Your typical Gemini tendency to dominate conversations should be tempered today, allowing space for others to share their perspectives. This approach will yield unexpected information that proves crucial to your long-term planning. Regarding your environment, create space for both social interaction and reflective solitude. Your mental energy runs high, but requires periodic recharging to maintain clarity. Consider dedicating 20 minutes to meditation or mindful breathing, particularly around 3 p.m. when cosmic energies favor inner contemplation. This practice will prevent the mental burnout that Geminis are susceptible to during Jupiter transits. In your relationships, practice patience with those who process information more slowly than you do. The day's energy amplifies your quick-thinking nature, potentially creating disconnection with friends, colleagues, or partners who require more time to formulate thoughts. This mindfulness will prevent unnecessary friction in important relationships. Physically, pay attention to your nervous system today. The heightened mental activity could manifest as restlessness or scattered energy if not properly channeled. Activities that combine mental stimulation with physical movement, like walking while listening to an educational podcast or engaging in strategic sports, will help integrate the day's intellectual vibrance. A key challenge today involves maintaining focus amid a flood of ideas and possibilities. Create structure by listing your 3 highest priority objectives before noon. This framework will prevent the characteristic Gemini tendency to initiate multiple projects without completing any. Trust your enhanced intuition regarding a financial opportunity that arises unexpectedly. While your analytical mind might hesitate, the rare alignment between Mercury and Jupiter creates favorable conditions